Good morning, ladies. And by ladies today, I mean Shaylee and Carly. And gentlemen, welcome to Algebra 2 and to room 15 where it never ends, even when we have quite a few of us gone today still. And we, at the end of class yesterday, started using our calculator to solve systems of equations, and we solved a 2-equation system at the end of class. And so now, today we're going to use that same technology to solve 3-equation systems of linear equations. So, basically what we're going to do is take this system of equations and put this into matrices. So we have a first matrix here of 3, 4, and 5. And our second row is going to be 5, -2, -3. And our third row is going to be 9, -1, and 4. And this is called we call this a 3, in the language of matrices, we call this a 3-by matrix, 3-by-3 matrix, meaning 3 rows by 3 columns. And that's going to be equal to a 3-by-1 matrix as our answer set, which is going to be -3, 25, and -12. And so we're going to call this a 3-by-1 matrix. And what we do is we're going to get this into a single, what we call an augmented matrix. And what we do is we just smash these two matrices together. So I'm going to do that right now by going to, I'm going to take this here. Just going to carve this out. And a single augmented matrix. I'm going to take this matrix over here. I'm going to just move it right up here like this and use that as a single, what we call augmented matrix. And this is what we call a 3-by-4 matrix. So this is a 3-by-4 matrix. And when we finish manipulating this for our answer, what we're going to have is, we're going to have answer in this form here, 1, 1, 1. And we're going to have zeros everywhere else. And in a reduced row echelon form, we're going to have our answers are going to be right here in terms of x, or number x, number for y, and a number for z. Well, in this case, they're using different letters, right? So A, B, and C. So we're going to have a number answer for A, number answer for B, and number answer for C right here. Okay? So let's go ahead. I'll show you how to put that in the calculator. So right now, we're going to go here to our calculator. I'm going to clear this off. This is from last class. And we're going to go to the matrix mode here by pressing second matrix, and then come over here to edit. And we get to edit. Make sure you have a 3-by-4 matrix, and if your calculator is left over from first period class, it probably is that already. If not, you have to enter a 3-by-4, and then you enter the numbers in the row here. And what I have here for these are 3. The first row is 3, 4, 5, -3. That's our first row in our augmented matrix. Then we have 5, -2, -3, and 25. And then we have 9, -1, 4, 4, -12. All right. So we have this all set up, and the last step I find it was really worth your time is to kind of double check everything and to make sure everything's right. And once you have that, does anybody need help for this? Is everybody up to this point? So we're going to clear this off by pressing second quit. And so now we have a blank slate. We'll go to second matrix and go down to math. And then we go down to our option B, which is reduced row echelon form. That's what that stands for. Press enter. And so we have this blinking. And then we're going to go ahead and enter second matrix. And then we're here highlighting this name submenu. Press enter for matrix A. Close the parentheses. And so we press enter, and if done properly, we're going to have our answer right over here, which is going to be x equals 3, y equals 7, z equals -8, except we're using ABC instead, aren't we? So it's going to be 3, 7, -8. So I'm going to go ahead and replace those. 3, 7, -8. And so that's going to mean that A is equal to 3, B is equal to 7, C is equal to -8. And so we can write that as a coordinate triple is 3, 7, -8. Okay? So that would be our answer to that. Does anybody have any trouble with that? Much? Okay. What we're going to do is I'm going to hand out an exercise sheet with some exercises and give you some work to do on this. There you go, TI-83 plus. Very good, yeah. Very good, they kept the same, just have the math print stuff on there. It's fractions. We're going to have math print. The thing about it is they don't have a connector where I can even load math print on this one here. They don't have the same type of connection.
I got that in first.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, it still is good, but you can't use some of the features that are on the newer software aren't going to be available on this.
Yeah.
So anyway, but for this, definitely. Well, what happened is TI did such a good job of making their calculators. Those are over 20 years ago. They made that particular calculator that basically the ones they have now are just software upgrades and memory upgrades from the prior thing. So it's pretty amazing what they did. Okay, so now we have that. So what I want you to do is let's go to our exercise sheet that I just handed off to you. So most of the stuff, Carly, you'll be able to use that calculator just fine, but there are some little tweaky things that occasionally you might want to use a TI-84 that we have here for certain things. I'm trying to think of what they are now, but we'll see it. Okay, so what we have is this. You should have this exercise sheet here, right? So solve using substitution. If you look at problem 1 and 2, they're the same as 3 and 4. Do you see that? So they're the same problem, but just using a different way of solving. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of skip over that and go straight to number 6, which is solve the system of 3 linear equations using matrices. And so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna help you so far, or you're gonna help me, as setting up a basic augmented matrix from which to go and solve this with your calculator. So what's going to go in our augmented matrix here? 4, 1, -2, and -6. All right? What's our second row going to be? 2, 3 and 9, okay. Does everybody agree with Carly on this one? Okay, Carly, you're doing a great job. If you, can you get our, Carly, can you give us our last row also?
1, -2, and 0.
0. What goes over here? 0, okay. Now one thing you got to watch out for, that people can sometimes make mistakes. Sometimes somebody might be tempted to put a 0 over here. But why is 0 not go over here, but go over here instead? Why is that?
We're not missing that, but
Yeah, we're missing the Z, okay, even though it's in that location. So you just pay attention to that and you'll be good, all right? So what I want you to do is go ahead and solve that, and I'm gonna go ahead and spin the wheel, have somebody give me the answer on this. Get help from your neighbor if you need to. Okay. Let me call somebody for this one. Okay, for this one we have Shaylee. Okay, Shaylee, what did you get for this one?
Still working.
Okay. Okay, so what did you get over here? What it is, when you do this, you develop kind of a muscle memory for just entering. When I was in July of 2019, I took a linear algebra course, which was in 1 month I took a semester college course, advanced mathematics, and it took over my life. I was using this thing like hundreds of times, and that was my whole life, most of that month of July 2019. Doing a math class, taking it. And as far as, I was getting a grade that was like in the low 90s, and I'd take a test, and my test grade would go down to like 80, my overall class grade would go down to 89. Does that sound familiar? And then I went and I said, okay, well, since I'm that close, I don't really need to get an A on this, but I want to, since I'm that close, so I went to my other assignments, so I want to scour them for other additional points I could get. So I got up to, when I got up to 89.6, I said, okay, that's good. So that's how I ended up getting a 90 in that course. Okay, what'd you get, Shaylee?
My calculation is,
Are you getting that?
no, it's just
I didn't
saying.
get this.
Mine's getting decimals.
You getting decimals?
Yeah, I'm getting like .30.
Oh, really? Okay.
A bunch of weird stuff.
You might have stuff entered in, not right. Let me see here. Hang on. So you, Shaylee, yours isn't fixed yet? Here, let me see. I'm gonna take it up here. Second matrix. So come over here. I'm getting this so I can see here. So I got a 3 by 4, definitely. So I got 4, 1, check, -2, check, -6, check. So 2, -3, and then 3, and then 9. Everything's good so far. Then I get 1, -2, 0, 0. So everything is good so far. Okay? So your matrix is good. Okay? The matrix is good. What happened to your finger?
I messed it up.
Okay, are you able to write with your right hand like that? Okay. So go ahead and clear out of this. So we're in here, the second matrix. Come over here to math. Go down to choice B. R, E, F. Is that it there? R, E, F, see that? Press enter. So we have that. The second matrix one last time. Press enter. Close the parentheses. So we have our answer here, which is going to be, what's on that right there? What is on that right column?
003.
003, right? So what does that mean? Translate that into an answer. What is our answer to this system? X equals? X equals?
Three. 0.
X equals 0. Y equals 0. And Z is equal to 3. Okay, and so in coordinate pair, coordinate triple, we write as 0, 0, 3. And then, as a last resort, you can go ahead and see if that makes sense. If X and Y are 0, will Z be 3? Yeah, okay. So that checks out. All right. So what I want you to do is to backtrack to problem 5 and do problem, but actually before you do that, I want to show you, this is problem 6 worked out just by hand using the row operations for the matrices. I did this earlier. So I did all these by hand and came up with the same answer. But your calculator, when done right, takes how much time to do this? It takes a minuscule fraction of a second for your calculator to do all this, right? Once you have it entered properly. And so the challenge really is entering properly and interpreting your final answer as what your answer is. That's the challenge of this. So, but anyway, I want you to go back and do number 5 in the same manner. And I'm going to call on somebody else to help out with problem 5 here in a couple minutes. I want to do this one. Okay. What I did is I entered all the ones for that one there. So I'm going to clear off this, they're off the screen. For a second, quit. Clear, it's all clear. Now go to second matrix. Go down to the which is that. Put in a second matrix. And then first enter. Close the parentheses. So we have, this would be our answer. I don't know what she did wrong. Did she get an error message?
No, it's reached through another long answer.
Okay. So whenever I see that, and I know I shouldn't get those off decimals, what I have to do is go back and re-enter those values. You probably had something that wasn't exactly, some number that wasn't exactly So it's good for 5. Okay, for this one here, we have Logan.
You want me to go up there and do it, or just start there?
You can go up here if you want to, that might be easier for you, I don't know. My board's been a pretty good adjustment today so far, which is kind of a miracle. So he's rewriting the matrix here, the augmented matrix. Okay, did everybody get that as an augmented matrix, the way Logan has it up there?
Yes,
Yeah, looks good. So now he puts that in the calculator, and he gets his final answer here.
Wait, on the bottom, on the last one, we put the 0 at the end. 0 to the bottom. Yeah, that was the bottom. I thought I put the 0 at the end. That's what we did on the last one. Yeah, that's because
So TV, you didn't get that?
what?
You didn't get what he got? Okay.
I'll just let you show.
Okay. So how long did it take you to do that problem? So it took you longer to write it down than it actually did to do it, is what it amounts to, yeah. Okay? All right. That's some good work right there. Appreciate that. All right, what I want you to do now is everybody seeing that and they're doing okay on this now? Okay, what I want you to do is fast forward to number 7. So work out number 7. I'll call on somebody for number 7 here in a few minutes. The people in first period today, that's a bigger class, but they were making more mistakes than you guys made. Do you think it's pretty common to make mistakes on this? I find that it is because it's entering the wrong, don't enter the right number exactly, or you get an error message because you didn't do something exactly right. When you get started doing this, it's easy to make mistakes. If it wasn't easy to make mistakes, you wouldn't need me as your teacher, right? That's why I can be a teacher, help people learn to do things better. We called Shaley today. Good, for number 7 we have Carly. Did you figure it out?
Yeah.
What did you get for your answer on this one?
X equals 0.25.
So x is equal to 0.25.
And then y equals 0.75. And then z equals 0.
Is equal 0, okay? Does that look right? Good. So basically, when you go ahead and enter these as 1, 5, 3, 4, and 0, 1, negative 1, 3, and then 6, negative 2, 4, and 0. So like this, and then you go ahead and work that out. You get 1, 0, 0, 0.25, 0, 1, 0.75, and finally 0010. So that's what it looks like. Okay, yeah, that's it. So we have 0.25, comma 0.75, comma 0. So that'll be our answer. So what I want to do is today, this is going to conclude our work on this sheet here. I want to show you one last thing before I'll be picking up your papers in a minute. But if we go down here to We're going to start working on these problems. A couple more of these. Yeah, we're going to start working on another exercise set sheet tomorrow. So that's really what we're going to be starting out with tomorrow. And that will be it. So that's it.
We're gonna wrap it up right there?
Gonna wrap it up right there.
That's a good. Take some glue.